So recently, I have been watching high speed chases on YouTube, and it kind of gives you that adrenaline rush. You know what I mean? Well, as I was watching many of them, I thought to myself, wait a minute, how many lives are put in jeopardy in these high speed chases? Think about that. As we watch this video, and I haven't watched this, we're going to watch this together, just a little bit of it. And let's see how many safety concerns come up. Now, I know that all jurisdictions don't chase. Some, especially the one that I live in here in Florida, we don't have a chase policy. Well, there is a no chase policy. And I think that's good. And if you look at it from a cost benefit analysis, maybe the guy, okay, this guy is stolen van suspect. Okay, he stole a van. All right. But most of the time, number one, in this day of age, everything can be tracked, GPS. So let's get into this and let's watch a little bit and let's get a little adrenaline flowing. Ooh. All right. Going pretty slow here. I guess this is the individual. Yes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, fortunately, traffic is pretty light here.
When you guys go and take the lead.
All right. Coming through a residential, not residential, through towns. This is the whole problem I have. Hold on one second. I have a big problem. Now, I know that these officers are trained and they're very skilled in their driving. However, one thing that they are not skilled at is predicting the future or an event or situation ahead of them. They cannot do that. However, I think pulling back a little bit would be a little bit more advantageous. Kind of like you egg these people on, and then we get them going. Oh, I'm going to show them. All this red lights, you can't predict what's going to be ahead. All right.
Northbound PCH through 2nd Street in Long Beach. You have the description of that plate in the vehicle?
It's going to be an 86 Toyota van.
These sirens would drive me nuts. I could not do police work. I couldn't.
If your pit train and the conditions are correct, you can go and get.
There's somebody right there who just crossed the crosswalk. Okay. A few seconds earlier, that may have not been the scenario. She may have been here. I'm just saying, you can't predict what's ahead. Cost benefit. Putting lives at risk. Hey, why do we have laws to begin with? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here.
Approaching Channel Drive. Scale red.
There's another one.
Channel Drive. Scale red.
And at this point, how many agencies are involved in this pursuit? Because as it goes on and it goes out and they get on an interstate, every doggone agency is on this thing. So I'm wondering about police resources as well. Is this a good use of taxpayer dollars?
Northbound PCH through Bellflower. Northbound PCH through Bellflower.
There it is again. Look at this. These officers cannot predict what is ahead. That's the problem. I know they're skilled at driving, but you can't predict what is going to happen. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, are my actions causing the situation to continue or to escalate? In this case, it would be escalating it. Sorry.
Still northbound
Look
through
at
7th
this.
Street.
Unreal.
7th Street. Traffic is light. Still northbound PCH number 2 lane.
You know, look at all of this. How many people are you putting at risk with this chase? He's a suspect of a stolen vehicle. He didn't shoot at the cops. I could understand if they were on the guy fled and he shot, or he recently shot somebody. I'm looking at life and death here. He stole a vehicle.
Correction, number 1 lane now. Traffic light, number 1 lane. Northbound PCH.
Unreal.
They're approximately 60. Speeds at 60 miles an hour.
Here we are.
San 22, do we have an answer on
Yeah.
that airship? Any airship advised on red?
Another very busy and dangerous intersection.
Northbound
On a
PCH,
red
third
light.
car, on a red.
I'm sorry. What is the point of having laws? Let me ask you this. What is the point of having laws and law enforcement if we are perpetuating a situation more than it needs to be? Driving through all these red lights, putting folks at danger. At this point, you know what would happen if the police terminated? This guy would probably slow down. I got another idea. Why haven't they developed a thing where they can drive right up, shoot a little magnetic GPS on them, and then pull back? They don't need to do all this crazy stuff. Look at this. See, he could shoot something.
Northbound, we're approaching the traffic circle.
Uh-oh. See?
Number 1 lane, northbound PCH, we're approaching the traffic circle. Be advised, we're on line with the LAX there.
Look at this.
Be
Unreal.
advised, no airships out of LA until after 9 o'clock.
Unreal.
In the traffic circle.
How many people are you putting at risk continuing this? I'm sorry.
The traffic circle.
You know what, this guy, I hate to say this, when he gets caught, and he will, I'm not going to watch to the end. Well, maybe. Well, let's just jump ahead, because I want to see what actually happens at the end. Long Beach.
41106, getting on the 710 south.
He's,
Committed southbound 710.
look at this. Pitting. There it is.
We have a pit. Roll over. Roll over.
How many agencies are there? Now, my point being was this. Now that they've captured him, he'll go to court. He'll use this video on him. Maybe he will get 25, maybe 30 years, maybe be out sooner. My question is this. Is that crime or offense? Does that give the police, who are sworn to protect and serve, put the public at risk? That's my question. I don't care what it is. I look at it from a life and death safety issue. Period. End of story. No one is above the law. We have them for a reason, to protect us all. And no one should have the right to put me at risk, or you. But here the police do it. As I said, they could do another intervention. They could run a tag. They could do other forms of investigation. And in the end, let's consider the worst. Maybe the guy gets away. His behavior will get him caught again, because we know all behaviors are patterned, unfortunately. I'm just kind of wondering your thoughts on this. They are exciting to watch, but as I watched more and more of them, they all had one thing in common. Most of the time, they were minor infractions. And then it became a chase. But at what point do we hold law enforcement? Because they are the ones who are maybe becoming antagonistic in this. Why are you pursuing them? Haven't you done a cost-benefit analysis of the risk that you put the public in? Supervisors? I'm wondering that. Or is it about ego? About getting the bad guy? Sometimes the bad guy does get away. Sometimes. But they're always going to get caught in the end because, as I said, evil behavior is patterned. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below.